All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Asphalt Podcast here on Always Race Day. I'm Connor Ferguson with Caleb Sluha, Josh Olmstead, Noah Nelson joining me. I think I pronounced all their names correctly. We're going to hop in. I did it again. All right, sorry, Caleb.
Every week.
I promise. I promise I'll get it right next week. We're going to hop into some NASCAR talk tonight. Ryan Blaney won at New Hampshire on Sunday. We're going to talk some I tongue-in-cheek the description of this, but the ever so entertaining, extremely exciting playoff format speculation. We've got all that. Plus, we're going to talk the new video game. I think some gameplay came out today. I haven't watched any of it yet. That'll be part of the segment, but we'll get there when we get there. Just want to quickly thank Chris Weiser and the Weiser companies. They hopped on board during our biggest 10 days of the year at the Knoxville Nationals, and they really made the biggest 10 days a special 10 days. So appreciate them, and let's get right into it, guys. How are you? I can't talk to that. I have bronchitis ish something.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't know. I got nose spray at the doctor. I didn't get really anything prescribed that was like hardcore or anything, and it's already like on its way out, I think. I hope.
They said you don't got any bronchitis, you just got a real big boogie.
Yeah, I have.
What
yeah,
the
I
hell?
got some sinus thing I picked up.
All right. Well,
Saturday. So, Ryan Blaney, do you want to start? Did anyone go to races this weekend that we're going to talk about for 30 seconds? That was the funniest thing. Caleb went out to a race and came back and barely mentioned any parts of the event.
It's not an event that we like normally. Do you know how many races? Do you know how many races I go to a year? If we sat and talked about every single one, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah! I want to hear about all the monster truck rallies you go to. Everything.
No, not that. You will not find me at. You will not find me at any rally of any sort. I can promise you that.
Covered in dirt. I know we're on the asphalt show, but how did you guys? Were you out there at all, Caleb?
Was I out where?
At Hawkeye Downs. Didn't it got covered in dirt? First race was this weekend, right?
Well, so last weekend was a demo derby. They had practice tonight, and then they actually have racing this weekend. But I will be at a wedding, so I'm hoping the weekend after I'll be at Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
so
you will.
2 weeks. That's the plan. Is to go to that. So yeah, it hasn't been dirt since 1988, essentially. But for the next month, it'll be a dirt track, and it's going to be very interesting.
I have a text from my buddy Nate. He just sent me this photo. I can put on the podcast in 5 minutes, but he said there's about as many people. He said it's a practice night. There's as many people here that you'd see on a normal Friday. And he's at Hawkeye Downs.
Is that the Nate, the plane guy?
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually in my phone as his first and last name, and then Hawkeye fan plane guy.
That's great. The demo derby was standing room only. There was actually some people that commented that they turned around because they were stuck down the street, basically waiting to get in. So that's a kind of a good problem to have, although it's unfortunate you never want to see anybody turned away. But we'll see how it goes, and hopefully.
See, crutches were too excited about the playoff talk.
They're trying to get out of here.
I swear I checked and seen if they were balanced, but I guess not. All right, let's get into NASCAR. Let's get into real shit. Ryan Blaney. I said that before the 5-minute mark and broke the rule. Okay,
that's okay. We're at 0 F-bombs, so we're doing good so far.
Exactly. I said ship. Anyway, Ryan Blaney holds off Josh Berry to win New Hampshire, advance from the round of 12 into the next round. I guess first we got to create some podcast clips here, I guess. But do you guys think there was team orders telling Josh Berry to race any different? And
absolutely not. Knowing Josh Berry and also knowing just Roger Penske and the Wood brothers, as long as they've been around racing, both of those entities. Josh Berry's a old school short track guy. Blaney's kind of got an old school flair to him as well. I would be very surprised and also very disappointed if there were team orders there. I mean, Barry was driving his ass off at the end of that race, and he had that big power slide in turn 3, and he lost that half second and went back, kind of gained it a little bit. Barry had the fastest car. He just had a tire deficit. I feel like that this race was a preview for Phoenix. Similar package, similar style of track. I think that my predictions for Blaney winning the championship and Logano being in the championship 4 are looking pretty good right now. And yeah, hats off to Barry, because I mean that he was a monster on Sunday. Like,
if he doesn't make the final 4, I want this clipped of him saying that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't.
I want to be on at freezing cold takes if Blaney doesn't make the championship 4.
No, I think we agree. But I mean, Blaney can make the championship 4. That's not in question at all. It's an odd year, so Logano will not make the championship 4.
And we'll clip that one too here in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Listen,
I'm saving both these.
in 10 years, he has never made the championship 4 in an odd year.
Yes, I love Caleb's
San Francisco
analysis that is backed by facts and data.
It is.
I
is.
I believe in that. I believe in that. After the Giants run, like the guys that were on that team, doesn't make any sense when you look back at it. No, the other question, Noah completely cut me off. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, should there have been? Because if I was a Team Penske guy and Josh Berry at all, got into Blaney to the point where a tire was cut or something, I mean, yeah, I'm firing your ass.
I mean, here's the thing. I think every team has to approach those situations differently. So, I mean, if it's a case where like you're going into the championship 4 and Blaney needs to get locked in or something, maybe you're like, hey, Barry, like, let's not,
How is that different from the round of 12 to the round of 8?
Because it's the round of 12.
You just feel safer about it?
Yeah. Also,
no. What was the round of 12 called in the previous iteration where they named the playoff round?
Okay.
It started with the C.
It was the contender 12.
Was it?
It was contender or challenger.
Okay.
Because 12 and 16 were both C. It was the eliminator 8. I know that one for sure.
Oh God, that's I didn't realize
it was. That's why it lasted a year.
No,
that's about as bad as the Big Ten naming their divisions legends and leaders. Go ahead, Caleb. I'm sorry.
I think every team is different, but then I think every situation is different. Where, like, if Blaine is trying to get into the championship round, then I think you say, hey, blah blah blah. But also, like in this case, like we kind of alluded to it, both Blaney and Barry, I feel like they're not going to. They know the position that they're both in. And I don't think that they're going to do anything that would purposely, danger that. So I think they were safe, and I don't think that Penske's really much of a team orders type of person in that situation.
I vehemently disagree with the idea of team orders, and I am disappointed in any team that uses it. I think that your job as a race car driver is to race. Obviously, race with respect and race with some situational awareness, but don't just let somebody win because it benefits your organization. I feel like that's against the spirit of competition and the spirit of why we enjoy watching any of this at all. And so I mean, last year I was crucifying Chevrolet for their team orders to get Bell into the Final Four. Or not Bell, excuse me, Chastain. No, God, Byron. B names, they're tripping me up. And then, 2311 responds to the race manipulation by also manipulating the race for trying to get Bell in for Toyota. And so it ended up creating a huge problem for both sides. And so I just think race with respect, be aware of your situation, but don't just give people things just because you think it's the right thing to do.
I want to hear from John in a second. Yeah. We're definitely going to see that again at Martinsville, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah. Greater chance than none.
Yeah, and I think the race team orders and all that. I don't think that necessarily applies to the situation or the round that we're in now. Like we kind of alluded to with the Martinsville thing, like, yeah, there was manipulation there, but I don't think any teams are going to look into manipulation this early on in the playoffs. Hence, as you probably could tell with Gibbs and Hamlin and Bell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the other side.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was texting Plane Guy. I completely forgot where I was going to go with that. Yeah, obviously Ryan Blaney goes the next round. And, on the other side of the team order thing, like you said, Denny Hamlin was tired of how Ty Gibbs was racing him. Gibbs didn't make the playoffs. Denny Hamlin's going for his first career championship. I think he said something on the radio, which props to the broadcast. And I don't think I've given NBC a lot of props over the years, but they caught that live audio. They played it right away. It might have been live. It might have been the lap before, but literally the next lap after, and they kept the camera on Denny. He went in the corner and spun Ty Gibbs. So I thought that was at least a good part of the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know NBC is a lot better than some other ones, but
the other ones, Caleb, everyone knows.
I know.
There's one you're definitely not talking about, and there's two that you are.
So then I don't have to say it because everybody knows. Thank you for proving my point.
Fox and who else?
Friend.
TNT, and then
was it TNT technically?
My beloved Golden Child
Prime was
on Prime.
Yeah, Prime's awesome.
Don't Prime.
Come on.
The only thing that I will kind of give NBC crap for is they didn't really, unless I'm mistaken, go back and show like or talk about what kind of led up to that point. Like obviously we saw like the corner before, but people that were there at the track were saying that Hamlin was trying to get past Gibbs for like 20 laps before that. And when it wasn't even like a battle for like the top 5 spot, they were kind of in the back. It was early on in the race. Like it wasn't even a point where you could say, okay, well, Ty Gibbs was, going for the eventual win, or Ty Gibbs was, fiercely competing for second or third, or, and it's coming down to the wire. It was early in the race and it wasn't for an important spot. Like at some point, let your teammate go who's in the championship run.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Ty Gibbs, who has a history of being a great teammate in, crucial championship situations. Just ask Brandon Jones.
I was going to say it much harsher than that. But yeah, that's exactly it. Go ahead, Noah.
So, yeah, I mean, you've got Ty Gibbs, who has a history of racing his teammates when he has nothing to gain. Because he'd already locked in when he wrecked Jones at Martinsville in the Xfinity Series a couple years ago. And here he's just riding. And so it's like I was saying earlier, I don't like team orders, but if I were a team owner, I want them to race each other, but I want them to race with respect, and I want them to race with situational awareness, like I was saying. And so that's a point in the race, you're like 200 to go. There's a guy that's faster than you behind you, and he's, you can cut him a break and go back to 12th from 11th. It's okay. That's a decision you have to make. That's just something you've got to have, between the eyes and above the ears. And so that's if that's the way he wants to race his teammate, then that's the way he's going to race his teammate. And vice versa too. Denny went in the corner and took care of Ty and ended his day basically. And so Ty's going to remember that too.
Yeah, there was a disturbing amount. I keep doing that to Josh. We're kind of going in a circle here, and we usually just spout off whenever we want to. There's a disturbing amount of Ty Gibbs on Twitter, Ty Gibbs fans on Twitter, that just completely forgot the bullshit he pulled in the minor leagues coming up. There's no shortage of it. I think after the Martinsville race, me and Damon did a podcast that was like 37 minutes of bagging on Ty Gibbs.
I don't think that was that way.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he went and fought a guy with his helmet on, like first rule of hockey, right?
Ty Gibbs at Martinsville more than once has had some of the most Bush League shit I've ever seen in my life. So that's, like I said, I don't feel bad for him. Denny raced him how he tends to race his teammates. And so Denny might reap the consequences of that later on. But as we have
If
seen,
Ty
in the past,
Gibbs takes out Denny Hamlin at any moment,
they might take the Gibbs name off the building.
that was gonna be my comment. Is I find a hard time believing that Gibbs is gonna return the favor, but we've seen crazier things.
Yeah, I mean,
it would be a shock to me.
I would be so surprised, but I also was beside myself when he wrecked Jones, so nothing is off the table.
What if he went and asked FedEx, like, free of charge, I want to paint my back bumper orange and put a big FedEx sticker on there? I feel like that'd be some funny shit to pull.
Why? Because he got shipped?
No, just because FedEx isn't sponsoring Hamlin anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. This is where my brain doesn't work fast enough.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, and it's funny when we're talking about team orders to bring up the fact that Joe Gibbs basically said, hey, it's up to the drivers to figure it out. But, in Hamlin's frustration after, he kind of made it clear, like, oh, are they scared to talk to him because of who he is? Like, there's kind of the interesting, I don't even know what
it makes me feel like there have been some things maybe going on in the past that we haven't seen. Or
that's where the comment comes from for sure.
Yeah,
there's a lot of layered.
Well, and let's be real. It's not like, there's been problems before in the Toyota drivers meetings after races. So,
yeah, that's never been a thing. Listen, hats off to Toyota. They hire guys that are highly competitive. I prefer that style of let the drivers figure it out and don't have the team owners meddle or the manufacturer owners meddle.
Also, and I'm typing up some driver team chart things for social stuff and stuff we can do that's just informational things. And like, I'm not the best graphics designer. That's why I have Caleb do it. Then he sends me pictures like Cole Macedo with big letters in the background that say David Gravel on them, and just freaked me out. Like, how do you get that picture on Google? But this is the only guy in the garage that's kind of in the Jeff Gordon realm of lifetime contract. Is that fair to say? Like, obviously, like 93 less wins than Jeff Gordon, but
the only other one I would throw in there is, Austin Dillon.
I thought you were about to say Austin Cindric.
Well,
that's fair. Austin Dillon's there. Austin Dillon's definitely there.
I would be surprised to see Logano ever go anywhere else either.
Yeah, no.
I just seen Penske jump Will Powers, so
anything's possible, I guess.
Devlin DeFrancesco into the Cup Series.
I never thought I'd see Jimmy Johnson leave Hendrick and help start his own team using the
I really didn't think
GMS
and either.
Petty Motorsports to have 3 full-time Toyota teams next year. So
that lawsuit got settled. Noah, put your lawyer hat on.
All right. So they settled. Legacy, in short, Legacy's going to get a 3rd charter for next year. So they're going to have 3 full-time teams, it sounds like. The name I've heard the most linked to that is Jesse Love. And so if that's what ends up happening, they'd have, young gun, big-time prospect for the last couple years paired with Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek. Both, pretty similar as far as they were highly touted prospects in the Toyota pipeline. And so Legacy, the last probably 4 weeks, they've been really good. This week it was kind of a step back for them, but Jones had been running really well along with Nemechek. They had flashes early in the year. It seems like they're getting a little more consistent this go around, so I'll be curious to see how that ends up going. The team that I'm concerned for now is RFK with their number 60, because if I recall correctly, they were actually leasing that charter from Rick Ware, and RWR plans on fielding a full-time chartered team next year, they said. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens if RFK is able to purchase a charter somewhere or lease it from somebody else.
Well, NASCAR just might not exist by the time we get to 100, so we'll see.
There might not be any charters ever by that friggin' point. So, I mean, there's also that, but I mean, we saw Mumford and Sons get thrown out as a charter purchaser, so that anything's possible.
Oh, that was the most wild part of that.
And like Andretti was cool to see, and then I read Mumford and Sons, and I just put my phone down. I was like, "There's no way."
Well, it's just investments and money, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it just makes me laugh that the I Will Wait guys were going to be sponsored or like owning a cup team.
I'm trying to figure out, and I'm bad at this. Like I'm trying to get good at it. And we'll see how it goes. Usually, I can teach myself stuff. I'm trying to figure out where that other Rick Ware charter is. Because I was just on J-Ski, so if my eyes were just beaten out, I was looking at stuff. But on the driver team chart, which I swear by J-Ski's driver team chart, that's kind of the inspiration behind what we'll do. I try to put it on one page though, so it's nicer and neater and more information, smaller space. But it says like their plans are to go forward with the number 60 car. But that's I think it's an old update. It's nothing.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm reading,
there'd be something new about it.
Allegedly from Bob Pockrass, it looks like So RWR is going to race next year as a chartered entry. So either there's going to be a lot of charter leasing shenanigans, is what I'm reading here essentially. And so there's a chance Legacy maybe isn't a third car for next year. It might be 2027. Give them time to prepare that program. There's also a chance that charter gets leased to RFK again. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens with that. But, important decision made as far as Legacy settled. It's no longer going to be a court thing. So the two sides will just move on. And now it's about just kind of preparing whatever's going to happen for next year.
Yeah, and that's... So, okay, the 60 car is moving forward then?
Well, so what I've seen is that I haven't seen anything about the 60 car not existing next year. I'd be very surprised. There's been a lot of marketing and a lot of brand partnerships that have gone into that 60 car this year. I know like this weekend at Kansas, the Minute Rice, there's been a lot of advertising and marketing surrounding that since he's the 60 car. Same thing. Consumer Cellular did something with the $60 deal with the 60 car earlier in the year. And so RFK's got a lot of sponsor activation on that 60 car. And so I'd be surprised if it was gone completely. I'm not sure what capacity, what charter status it's going to have. But we could say that for a lot of teams for next year right now.
Yeah,
so
we're kind of just
not sure what a quarter of the field's doing.
Yeah. And we're peak silly season. We did a lot of dirt track silly season stuff today. Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. I'm going to put a new link under our pinned tweet. At some point, I might just make a new pinned tweet. I think we figured out the issue with the link, but Caleb, have you been on there yet? Again?
I checked the last one that you sent me, and it was good.
For our Italian viewers, we hope you enjoy.
It comes up in Italian. Scroll to the bottom. There's like 3 words. One of them says language. I think you'll be able to figure out which one it is. It's very tough. I don't know why it's doing that, and fundamentally I can't figure out why. So,
it's a work in progress.
It's so confusing. And then I've read through 16 Reddit threads. Go here, go there, go every fucking where. Hit language, hit set. And the language button that they're saying to hit is not there. They've updated their website, and now it sucks. So it's a work in progress. I apologize to anyone trying to figure it out and finding a subscribe button written in Italian. But I think we're closer to getting that. But we'll have that. I don't know. I'll have something sometime tomorrow. I should say. Depends on how I wake up. We'll figure it out. But 23-11 on Sunday really sucked up the show. And I want to talk about Hendrick and the kind of vice versa, the opposite. Really bad race for both Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, I'd put them very far down. They're both below the cut line, more than 20 points back out of 12 or 8, excuse me. And so They're going to need to bring their typical 23-11 at Kansas performances to give themselves a better chance at the Roval because of how unpredictable the Roval can be. I think that, yeah, they've got to bring their A+ game next week or they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily time to. This is like our go-to thing: is hit the panic button on 23-11. I think that with the track that's coming up, I think they'll be fine. Yeah, it's just a matter of. I mean, they're both winners there, so I think that they'll be fine. It's just will luck be on their side.
I think it's time to face the reality, though. Like, Kansas is a good track for them, but I think we have to kind of look at, like, both of them probably will not. Like, one of them is almost certain to not make it. So,
Which
like,
one?
well, but that's what I'm saying is, like, who knows? But, like, the odds are, even if they both have a good performance, the odds that both of them are going to move on at this point, very slim.
And
another from their point of view,
go ahead.
Yeah, from their POV, like I don't know why I said it like that. I'm screaming at myself in millennial. They want that, obviously, but I think both of them have a fighting chance to win Kansas. And I mean, hell, race for 8 points.
They both can't win Kansas, so
I got that part. It feels like some of these guys aren't like even trying to race for stage points. Sometimes it's like, man, just go try and get that 10, especially if you get the bonus point. And I can't wait to talk that part of the playoff format. We'll try to keep that short, but I don't know. I think obviously they're both very good there. I don't know. It almost feels like you need, if you were 23-11, you need Bubba to win Kansas because he's further back, and then Reddick's good on road courses. But I don't really understand why they were so slow. It's just like Hendrick in the first round. Like, how are you that bad?
With the Roval too, the way that they're always set up is, I think you won't see the stage point chasing until then, and I think that's going to be a prime opportunity because I've seen, at least in Bubba Wallace's scenario, he's always capitalized on stages on road courses. So I think you're not gonna chase stage points. You're gonna run your race this weekend because you know you're gonna have cars that can win.
Well, and historically too, Kansas has always been a little bit of a wild card ever since the playoff format started. Just for some reason, it's a 1.5-mile track. Even all the way back when the 1.5 miles were the most beleaguered thing in the series, like they have always, just for some reason, every time they go to Kansas, something weird happens to everybody. And
you just say beleaguered?
Yeah, I sure did.
All right.
And so, knowing that they have historically been quick at Kansas, if Kansas does Kansas things, they could have a shot at both of them pointing in. And then they also, both cars have qualified very well on road courses, especially the Roval the last year or two. They could be in position to chase stage points there if, history repeats itself. And depending on how Kansas goes, if they feel like they need to win at the Roval, if something happens at Kansas, then they might not chase the stage points and just have fast cars that chase the win. And so, obviously, yeah, anything's possible. We're just spitballing and rolling the magic 8 ball, see what happens. But
mark my words, at least one of them will not make it out of this round.
Clip that.
And if Bubba Wallace goes on to win the Roval, I mean, I'll eat my damn shorts. I don't know what else to say about that.
Get your fork and knife ready, buddy.
I mean, of all places.
I'll second him on that.
Oh, you guys have a little short date there.
I mean, yeah. Even to say Reddick could go out and win the Roval, he's got a better shot at it, but I don't know. I wouldn't put my eggs in that basket.
I think Chase Elliott's going to recapture the magic. We're going to rekindle 2020. He's going to win the Roval and stand on his car while it rolls down the embankment again.
The difference will be it has no damage done to it because the next gen is a brick.
Well,
I was
it
gonna
doesn't.
make a pick for it, and I was like, this is 2 weeks away still.
Yeah, and we'll make picks next week. Elliot is at a slight disadvantage from when 2020 happened because he can't just put his car in the rear view mirror of Kevin Harvick's and cause a caution. So that's all it took back in the day. So that sucks. But
Now you can't even bump somebody out of the way. It just moves them even farther forward.
I know we've had roval races with this car, but like this year feels more unpredictable than ever, and it could just be boring. But I will still advocate like keep the Coke 600, keep the roval there. I like its spot.
I don't know. I haven't watched the Roval in like 8 years, so
It's always Oktoberfest race weekend. The
Yep.
Oktoberfest 200 happens in lacrosse, and we're watching that usually. Josh will pull the race up on his phone, and we'll just all look over his shoulder.
I mean, I'll check in periodically, but yeah, I care way more about the Oktoberfest 200 than the Roval.
No wonder
Is
TV
Joe
ratings
Scheer-
are down.
Is Joe Scheer racing?
Move on.
I'm just asking, man. I'm trying to be a Joe Scheer guy.
Josh, I'll
God
let
forbid
you
he asks a question.
Nope,
man.
nope.
Wow, I'm being shunned by my own guys. That's
Joe Shear does not race.
God
What'd he
forbid he
do?
ask a question.
was he was an old famous racer. We'll move on. It's okay. Hendrick Motorsports is
Hunter,
really good. We'll
We've
talk
been
about
over this before. What year
it. I
were you
know I
born?
get hit in the head.
What
I
year
don't
were
remember everything. My memory is not what it used to be.
He had a
I'm
car accident. He was concussed.
you were
That's
born
true.
in 97?
Doxing him.
We've been
God.
over that too.
Even better, 1998. That is the same year that Joe
Jeff Gordon
Scheer
won the title.
died.
Oh, he died? That's
The
sad.
same year you were born.
There's a chance that that's why he's referred to as Joe Scheer Jr., his son.
And that's why
Richie.
he's not racing.
And so is Junior racing?
I don't think Junior will be racing.
Joe Shear might be busier with some other things. Joe Shear Jr., my bad.
I'm lost on this. They told me who this guy was a year ago, and I hadn't heard of him. And
Caleb, would you like to queue up who Joe Shear Jr.
rightfully got
currently
made
with?
fun of.
I feel like
No,
I can watch Caleb and Connor both turning pink. Like you guys are both at like a nice medium rare right now.
Right.
I feel embarrassed whenever I don't hear who a racer is, or if I have to introduce myself to a guy, and I've had Always Race Day for 5 years. Like talking to Garrett Albertson, I told him afterwards, I'm like, man, I really hate that I haven't talked to you before. I'm really sorry. And he's like, what do you mean? But I feel bad about it, and at the same time, Caleb makes me feel worse.
Well, because
But I'm not an asphalt late model guy. I've never followed it. I haven't I want to get into it. I need to do more, but
Chief.
don't call me that.
Hey,
Don't
they
call
beat
me
the
that.
Giants. What do they have to do with this?
Joe Scheer Jr. is currently Ty Majeski's crew chief in the truck series.
Oh, okay. Sweet. I like time. I'm a Ty Majeski guy.
Clearly not enough.
Is Majeski going to be at Fest this year?
I
Good
would assume
question,
he's
Noah.
probably gonna. I was gonna say I'd assume he's probably gonna be there at some point. Just knowing who Majeski is and how important that race is to him.
You think he's going to race that Toby truck again?
Probably not.
No.
I'll never forget
Because what the roval for the trucks is I think it's on Friday, right?
I believe so.
That
So
would be what makes sense. but
yeah, so he would be there Saturday, Sunday. Is my guess.
Probably, yeah.
They usually don't race the roval for the truck, so that'll be interesting.
Correct.
Yeah, it all just depends. I mean, obviously, it's a lot like either
Friday at 2:30 Central Time for the trucks.
Yeah, so he'll be there for Saturday. Is my guess.
how 2:30 Central Time.
So
2:30
3:30 on a Friday.
I like
Good
that.
luck.
I don't care what you
Oh
say.
yeah, good. Everybody's off work at that time, so that'll be good.
The truck series is definitely
I'm
known
thinking-
for trying to, be on TV when people are off work, right?
I was
So-
thinking selfishly here, so I apologize.
I don't understand how you're going to garner any sort of TV viewership by putting it Friday at 2:30.
I also you can't put some Musco lights up.
They have like
Like-
They've done that before. They had to do it for Xfinity the one year
Yeah.
that there was that deluge.
That's
Where
weird.
it's
Stop with
So,
your
yeah.
fancy words.
There's nothing wrong with it, man. Come on.
Stop with your fancy words. Nobody's going to be impressed.
I'm not asking anybody to be impressed. God forbid I speak.
All right, let's. Hendrick Motorsports was faster. That's all I really. It was funny that they couldn't qualify and the cars were somehow way better in the race. But let's go into playoff format and what we've heard this week between the teardown, DBC, and all other parties reporting the things that could happen for next year. Do you guys want me to list off one by one or all of them at once?
Whatever you want. I would say we talked a lot about it last week with.
I know we've talked about it every week for 5 weeks. They have not gotten any closer to anything. We've only found out more speculative additional formats that could happen, and some information about what parties want what. Now, reported by reliable sources, but contrary to previous season's reports. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. So Jeff Gluck said on the teardown that there is momentum for a 36 race format, but he doesn't think that's going to happen. He seemed pretty confident that wasn't the format they were going to go with. Jordan on the Dale Jr. podcast or whatever show he was on, I did not write it down. That's on me. He threw out a 3-3-4. So the last round would be 4 races. He threw out that format. Jesus, I'm getting bugs in my eye. Freddie Kraft said this week there's a format with 6 drivers in the final round for 4 races to close the championship. And Jeff Gluck said that was certainly what was talked about in the committee meeting. And I'll stop there. What do you guys think of that format? Where do you think NASCAR should go? I hope they just release it soon so we can stop talking about it, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to release it before the season ends, to be honest. I think they should go to a 3-3-4 format like I said before we even started really talking about this. So that'd be my deal. I think they just need to announce it and move on with life.
I'm of two opinions on it. My heart says 36 race full season points. Keep the stages in the races.
Not gonna happen.
Don't throw the yellow for them, but keep the stages. Award points. Also, please award a point for leading a lap if you really want to reward consistency, and also added points for fastest lap. Basically, I want to go back to 2003. If you haven't gathered that, and then if we can't have that, I like
racing after the cars crash.
We do that anyway sometimes, so we fucking might as well. And then 2011 chase format would be if you really if you want to have a postseason, if that's just the hill we're dying on, with the top 10 in points with the top 2 winners advancing into the championship round, unless there's race manipulation, then yeah, Jeff Gordon. Those are my picks. That's what I'm sticking with. I hate the winning you're in for fucking 80th in points. So that's my.
We don't get 80 cars.
It was always stupid when they put that rule in. Watching, was it Kyle Busch that came back against the waiver and he had to work his way into the playoff?
Broke his legs and
got there and then won the championship. That was sick. Whatever you think of the format and everything, that season had everything.
I was yes, it kind of flawed the system in it, but I think it was the story behind it and just everything that it amounted to. And looking back at that season, it's that's one of the coolest things that I could ever think of happening. It's a good feel-good story.
I just hate manufacturing Game 7 moments when this sport could naturally have so many anyway. That's what makes them special, is that they don't happen all the time. And if you just make it happen all the time, then it's not going to be special anymore. And that's what TV ratings right now will tell you. So that's kind of...
I'm with you. I don't know if I'd rather have. It's hard. It depends on the season for me. Like who I wanted to succeed. Like I think Tony Stewart lost like 26 points in the NHRA top fuel standings because they reset for their last 6 races, and that sucks to me. I hope Tony Stewart wins that title. Adds another rung to his legacy, right? But yeah, like at the end of the day, I want a more fair shot for all the guys, and obviously, like the special moments are gonna happen, but and they're better when they're more rare. But I think they happen naturally anyway. Like I'll never forget Ross Chastain dumping
exactly
off the restart. Like that just happened, and they just happened to both be in the playoffs. And Ross fans will say he barely touched him. I think Ross kind of sucks ass. Sorry, but
I think of a Hail Melon if you want a natural Game 7. Like it
Yeah.
within, I feel like there's got to be a balance to it.
there's not a format in the world where Ross Chastain would try that from 17th.
Yeah,
That isn't what the format is now. So I think there's pros and cons to everything. I'm really tired of the old guys nagging about it, and we could have this great race to the end and this and that. And the account that's really taken off is using the points where every pass is 5 points, and then there's bonus points, and you don't know how many passes are worth the points in front of each car, which that sucks. Just keep it simple, stupid. And I don't know. I just want to at this point see it resolved.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I think I think there's definitely a blend of what we have now and what we used to have and enjoy that could be a great result. But yeah, I'm an old head. Give me full season long points, and every car's a point. You get a point for leading a lap, you get a point for fastest lap, and you get a point for leading the most laps. And I like that idea with stage breaks, and that would be my submission if Ben Kennedy or whoever at NASCAR were to slide into my DMs right now and say, "Hey man, what did you do?"
It's coming.
No one's talking about a playoff format when he was 3, by the way.
That's fair. Caleb, do you have a ghoul like flying around your house?
No, he's just playing with a fork because he's 12.
Cool.
Like black, just go across the screen. I'm like, what is that?
I haven't seen anything.
Does anyone else have anything else on playoff?
No, we killed it. It's dead.
Yeah, it's the horse.
We'll keep shooting it next week. Don't worry.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure someone will put out some little itty bit. We didn't even get to all the things I wrote down, but stop. The ghoul thing is getting me though. I see it every time it happens out of the corner of my eye. All right, new NASCAR game comes out. I think October 11th is like the early day, and then the October 14th is like the actual release day. Noah's checking for me.
Correct.
That is correct.
It does come out on Steam on November 11th for UPC people.
So I had a question for you guys. So Dylan Gooden, I want to have him on here and talk to him about the game. He's a big Landon Castle guy, if you know him on Twitter. I was going to go watch his video, and I realized like how much I enjoyed the last couple of games I've played with just raw dogging it, not looking at anything going into it, and trying to avoid any expectations I had going in. Should I do that with this game?
Yes.
And how much have you guys looked at gameplay and stuff and all that?
I watched Dylan's entire video, so.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, tell me what you thought of it.
He was optimistic. I have lowered optimism after watching his video. I think it's going to be fine, but I think we all kind of expected it to be like better than the Heat games, and I think we're going to start out with the Heat games. So to a point, that's fine because like the Heat games weren't horrible. The last one was kind of, but it's going to be a good starting point if they make progress, but also it's going to be kind of disappointing because I don't think we're going to get anything we haven't seen before.
You can't even change left side tires, man.
Nobody cares about that.
People like me
that's
do.
kind of that's pretty like
That's a low bar. Oh, did we lose him?
What is that face?
Caleb, that's your thumbnail.
Are we back?
I think we lost you.
Yeah. I hopefully we're all good on the stream. I don't know what's going on with this internet. We were strong for 40 minutes though. If it's on the NASCAR 2003 video game and you don't have it in 2025, that's embarrassing to me. So you can't. I think what I read was you can't change anything under yellow.
That would be
you pit. You either take 4 tires and gas. Am I understanding it right?
I would hope not. That would be depressing.
Yeah, that would be.
You can't change left side tires.
Well, yeah, Noah's bummed because you can't specifically change only left side tires.
Yeah, like you can't just go down.
You can do rights only.
Yeah,
because
which I think is dumb.
Because when do we ever see them in actual NASCAR take just left sides?
You don't know.
I see. Yeah, road course.
Like it's a thing sometimes, man. I just give me the
One
option.
time I come down, I take rights, and the next time I take lefts.
I know. It does seem like it would be an easy thing just to have, but I'm not gonna die on the fact that it's not in there. But
I just feel like it's a low bar. That's my thing.
I think it's gonna be a lot of what we've seen in Heat, and we'll see.
I have bigger concerns than that, I assure you. I looking at that clip of racing at Daytona in the Xfinity car, the damage model on the back of the car. I was like, oh man, I hope that bump drafting doesn't do that because that's kind of goofy. It looked like they were running at 3 miles an hour. So I don't know. Like they said, that was 100% difficulty. So I have a few concerns. Some of the gameplay looks very stiff. I don't know if that's a difficulty or a setting thing. I know they've talked about, having things that are adjustable based on your skill level and your experience and everything. And so hopefully that's the case, because if it's stiff like the Heat games, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, and it seems so. Like with the Outlaws game, they had the damage model wasn't great. Like you could flip the car and the wing bends in a certain way. I don't know how realistic I want it for a sprint car game, but if that was any indication, I don't know what to expect with this one. I'm not optimistic on that front. Not that you can play around with settings and stuff. The no split screen still pisses me off. I am pissed beyond belief that I can't sit with my friends and play Mario Kart on NASCAR. We got to still do it on regular Mario Kart, which sucks.
You'll survive, I promise.
It's the easiest thing to put in your game. They're advertising 40-person multiplayer, so you can stream online with 39 friends, but me and one other guy can't play.
I'm going to disagree. It's not the easiest thing to put in the game. The easiest thing to put in the game would be allowing you to change left side tires only.
There you go. I feel like there's a couple low bars that we're not clearing, which is why I'm concerned.
That's 2025 video games. I don't think anyone's put one out that in the last 10 years.
Thank you for what you've done, EA Sports. I appreciate you.
Take that back. Fuck, they've put out the same NHL game for 6 years in a row.
It was a sarcastic thank you for what you've done.
You said it sentimentally. So
thank you for what you gave me, and then thank you for what you've taken away from me, you bastards.
Yeah, no, they victim of their own success, I suppose, and just having developers that I don't know. Should I be going after developers? I want to be mad at someone. You guys tell me who to be mad at.
The director of the game, the director,
Steve Myers. I've invited Steve Myers on our show, especially when the Outlaws game was coming out. I've never heard anything back. So we kind of just shit on him for 6 minutes. That wasn't all directed at you, Steve.
No. I'm just saying in general.
Comments, yes.
I think, yeah, Steve Myers has done a lot of great things for NASCAR gaming. I'm very concerned about this game, but we will find out in a month.
Yeah, I'm excited to get there and play it, and I'm gonna try to do a Twitch stream. If anyone knows how to stream with a laptop and a PS5 and a podcasting microphone, please hit me up on Twitter. And if you know someone that might know that, tell them to hit me up on Twitter.
And if you don't know, hit them up on Twitter anyway.
Yeah, you can say hi. No guarantee I'll answer. But I'd love to talk to you all. And if you're at all interested in advertising with Always Race Day, please DM me, or my email address is in my pinned tweet on my Twitter. And you can find it through the Always Race Day Twitter as well. So, you guys got anything else?
Short episode this week.
Yeah, no, there's shortage of things to talk about. We will be back next week. Damon's getting married. Everyone tell him congratulations next time you see him. And we'll try to get him on here for some drag racing stuff. Ron Cap's body flew off. I don't know if you guys saw that clip.
That was crazy.
Wow.
The body of the car, just to be clear.
The funny car body. It was not funny.
Emphasize that portion of it.
Yes. No, that was very crazy to see.
So glad he's all right. Winding down on the season. The drama should pick up here soon. And obviously that court case lingers in the distance, and silly season stuff never ends. So we'll be back same time next week, I believe, unless anything changes. And
it depends on Noah's schedule.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Just depends on Noah's schedule.
It's all Noah. Yeah, he runs the show here. Thanks for listening, guys. Enjoy the racing this weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.